urgency. I arrived slowly, left even slower, learning your rhythm before asking for more. You never promised me anything loud. You just stayed close, you stayed around. The room would breathe when you entered, as if the air itself surrendered. Coffee cooling, window half open, the city listening while we were spoken by glances, pauses, unfinished lines, by hands that touched without crossing signs. We talked about nothing for hours on end, as if time itself was a mutual friend. You said love doesn't need to be brave, it only needs patience strong enough to stay. I nodded like I understood the rule, but my heart was younger, louder, cruel. I wanted futures, names and plans. You wanted moments that fit in your hands. You trusted silence, I trusted desire. You moved like water, I moved like fire. Still we met in the middle of night, where wrong felt tender and right felt light. I don't miss you like a wound that bleeds. I miss you like a recurring need, like the sea misses the pull of the moon. Not desperate, not gone, just forever in tune. Some loves don't scream when they disappear. They whisper softly, then stay right here. I see you in ordinary grace, and how sunlight avoids my face, in the way songs refuse to end, in the pause before I call a friend. You live in habits I didn't choose, in everything gentle I still refuse. If you came back, I wouldn't ask why. I wouldn't beg, I wouldn't cry. I'd pour the night into 2 clean glasses, and let time forget all its passes, because loving you taught me one thing true. Some loves don't end, they just change their view. Your goodbye was almost merciful, wrapped in calm polite and careful. You chose words that wouldn't bruise, as if heartbreak followed rules. You smiled like this was something kind, like endings could be redesigned. You said this isn't what we planned, as if love ever understands, as if desire reads the signs, as if timing ever aligns. You left your cup beside the sink, like you'd return before I blink. I stayed still because dignity is sometimes louder than misery. I didn't ask you to explain, didn't beg you to remain, but silence can be violent too, especially when it sounds like you. Every room kept your exact pace, your absence wore your face. The chair still leaned the way you sat, the light still fell where you were at. I learned how memory decorates, turning loss into a waiting state. Don't be gentle if you leave again. Gentleness makes hope pretend. It teaches the heart to stay alert, to bleed slowly, to rehearse hurt. I can survive a door that slams, but not a door held by trembling hands. Because kindness is a dangerous art. When it visits a faithful heart, it makes the ending feel delayed, like something sacred almost stayed. I don't need softness, I need truth. I need a clean and honest proof. If you don't love me, say it whole. Don't lower your voice, don't console. Let the night be sharp and real. Let me know exactly what to feel. I promise pain will pass in time, but hope will kill me if you're kind. So leave like night leaves afternoon, without apology, without perfume. Let darkness teach me how to see what never truly belonged to me. Because loving you showed me this art. Truth hurts once, but mercy breaks the heart. We loved each other in borrowed hours, between commitments, between closed doors. We were never reckless, never naive, just two people choosing what they could believe. Your laugh was careful, mine was bold, as if we both knew the cost we'd owe. You touch me like an unanswered thought, not too much, but always enough. Your fingers spoke a quieter truth than any promise I tried to produce. We didn't plan, we didn't swear, we just stayed longer than we should have there. The city never noticed us, we blended into the anonymous rush. Two shadows sharing the same desire, trying not to feed the fire. You said this won't end well, I said nothing real ever does. I hated how right you were, how wisdom always arrives first. But I love the way you still stayed, even knowing the price we'd pay. You kissed me like you were apologizing, like pleasure and guilt were harmonizing. I said I could keep it contained, that I wouldn't ask, that I wouldn't take. But longing doesn't follow rules, it sharpens when it's forced to mute. If loving you was a moral crime, then sentence me without design. I'd rather stand guilty of desire than innocent and entirely tired, because you made me feel awake in a world that asked me to fake. Now I pass the places we never named, hotels, corners, borrowed space. They don't accuse, they don't forgive, they just remind me how we lived. Brief, intense, dangerously true, like everything the heart wants to do. If we meet again, let it be clean, no shadows, no in between. Either hold me without disguise, or let me finally close my eyes, because halfway love is the cruelest art. It keeps the body warm while freezing the heart. Waited longer than I should have, not because I had hope, but because hope had me. It sat beside me quietly, like it knew it wasn't welcome, but refused to leave. Every message felt like a test, every silence like a verdict. I learned the shape of your absence, how it curved around my days. You never said goodbye clearly, and that became its own language. You spoke in delays and soft excuses, in soon and maybe, and we'll see. You fed me enough affection to keep me from walking free, and I let you, because loneliness is easier than admitting defeat. I rearranged my expectations, lowered them gently, carefully, as if love were something fragile that might break if I asked too much. But love doesn't break from honesty, it breaks from being postponed. I remember the night I finally knew, not because you said something cruel, but because you said nothing at all. Your silence arrived dressed as peace, and I understood what it cost me. I didn't cry right away, clarity is strangely calm. It feels like standing alone after a long unnecessary storm. I made myself a drink, sat down and chose myself. Leaving you wasn't dramatic, it was quiet, almost elegant. I folded my feelings like clothes, placed them where they belong. Not erased, not destroyed, just no longer in daily use. If you ever wonder where I went, I didn't disappear, I returned to the version of me that doesn't beg for presents, that doesn't negotiate affection, that doesn't survive on fragments. Because love should arrive fully clothed, not half-dressed, not apologetic, and waiting taught me this truth. Staying too long is a way of leaving yourself. I saw you across the room, and the air changed its temperature, as if the night remembered what we tried so hard to forget. You were laughing, soft, controlled, the kind of laughter that says, I've survived, not I'm happy. You wore your new life like a well-tailored coat, and I wore my old longing like a quiet bruise under my shirt. We didn't rush toward each other, we didn't flee. We simply existed in the same space, with two different histories breathing between us. I watched the way you held your glass, the same way you used to, when you were pretending you weren't nervous. I watched you tilt your head when someone said something funny, like you were still listening for meaning behind the joke. And I hated myself for noticing everything, as if my love were an unpaid debt, still collecting interest. I told myself, do not go to her, do not say her name, do not bring the past into the present, like a drunk guest at a wedding. But my heart is not polite. who's never been polite. There are loves that end clean, like a page turned, like a door closed with certainty. And then there are loves like ours, loves that don't end, they just get rearranged into different forms of pain. You looked at me for a second too long. Not flirtation, not invitation, something older, a recognition, like two strangers who share the same childhood home and see it burning in the distance. I wanted to walk to you and say, tell me the truth, tell me if you ever wake up and feel that missing weight on your side of the bed. Tell me if you ever taste my name in the quiet between your breaths. Tell me if you ever regret how easily we let pride become the third person in our relationship. But I didn't. Instead I smiled, a kind of smile that protects you from what you really want to say. I nodded as if we were harmless acquaintances who never held each other like salvation. Later when the music slowed, I danced with someone I barely knew, and my hands did the right thing while my mind did the wrong thing. It returned to you again, always. I remember the nights we made promises we couldn't afford to keep. I remembered how your voice would soften when you said my name at the end of an argument, as if tenderness could erase the damage. I remembered how we loved each other like we were trying to prove the world wrong. And maybe that was our mistake. Love isn't a courtroom, it's not a debate you win. It's a daily choice made quietly when nobody is watching. When I left that room, the street felt colder than it should have. I walk slow because walking fast makes you feel chased. I wasn't chased, I was simply haunted by a love that still knew my address. If we ever meet again, I don't want small talk, I don't want polite smiles or friendly updates. I want one honest sentence that tells the whole story. Something like, yes, I loved you, or no, I never did. Because uncertainty is the cruelest form of romance. It keeps the heart on a leash with no intention of walking it. And tonight, with the echo of your laughter still inside my chest, I finally admit this. I don't wanna be your memory, I want it to be your home. Don't be careful with my heart. Carefulness feels like mercy, and mercy keeps me hoping when I should be healing. If you're leaving, leave like night leaves the afternoon, without bargaining, without softening the edges, without turning pain into perfume. Because I know you'll try to be kind. You'll try to exit gently, like kindness can change what this is. But gentleness is a trap when someone still loves you. It turns goodbye into maybe, and maybe is a slow poison. I've lived inside your maybes. I've built a whole little house there. Tiny rooms made of excuses, windows made of not right now, a roof made of it's complicated. And every night I fell asleep listening for your footsteps that never came. You never had to say stay. Your touch did it for you, your voice did it for you, even your absence did it sometimes. Because absence, when it's mixed with hope, creates a kind of hunger that feels romantic until it ruins you. I tried to be mature, I tried to be understanding, I tried to tell myself that love isn't possession, and that timing is a real thing, and that people have reasons. But the truth is simpler. I wanted you, and wanting someone who doesn't choose you turns your life into a waiting room. I'm tired of holding my breath to keep the peace, tired of editing my needs so they don't scare you away, tired of pretending I'm fine with being half loved, half seen, half kept. So listen to me now, not with your sympathy, not with your soft eyes, but with honesty. If you don't love me, say it clearly. Say it in a sentence that doesn't leave the door unlocked. Don't tell me you deserve better. That's a compliment disguised as abandonment. Don't tell me maybe later. Later is where feelings go to die slowly. Don't tell me I care about you. Care isn't love when love is what I'm asking for. If you must go, go all the way. Close the door, take your shadow with you. Let the air learn how to settle without your name in it. Let my heart stop flinching every time my phone lights up. Because healing needs certainty, it needs a clean wound, it needs the brutal mercy of knowing the truth. And if you ever wonder why I demanded it this way, remember, a heart can survive pain, but it cannot survive confusion. Confusion keeps it alive for something that isn't coming. So don't be gentle, don't be sweet, don't be careful, be real. Leave me the one thing you never truly gave me, clarity. I didn't fall for you all at once. I leaned slowly, like a city leaning into the ocean, pretending erosion is romance. At first it was harmless, a look held half a second longer, a conversation that refused to end, a silence that felt too comfortable to be accidental. We called it chemistry, because that sounds innocent. You talked about your life like it was something already decided, and I listened like someone who believed there was still room for a surprise. You said love should be light, I said love should be true. Neither of us noticed we were already negotiating. I became fluent in your moves. I learned which version of you would show up on which day. The tired one, the charming one, the distant one who kissed like it meant goodbye before I understood the language. There were nights you held me as if I were essential, and mornings you left as if I were optional. I told myself that inconsistency was depth, that longing was proof, that wanting more was asking too much. Love doesn't announce when it turns unequal. It just starts asking one person to carry more weight, and I did. I carried your doubts, your timing, your fear of choosing. I carried them like they were mine. I stopped asking questions that made your eyes look away. I edited my needs into something smaller, quieter, easier to postpone. I mistook patience for loyalty and sacrifice for maturity. Until one night, nothing dramatic, nothing cruel, you said, I don't know what I want. And for the first time, I knew exactly what that meant. It meant I had been waiting for a decision you were never gonna make. It meant I was loving alone while calling it us. It meant my heart had become a temporary place you visited when convenient. So I left, not with anger, not with speeches. I left the way you taught me, quietly, carefully, without making a scene. But don't confuse my silence with acceptance. Leaving you was the loudest thing I've ever done. If you ever miss me, you won't miss my body first. You'll miss the way I stayed, the way I chose, the way I made your uncertainty feel safe. And that's when you'll understand. You didn't lose someone dramatic, you lost someone who loved you enough to stop lying to themselves. city gets quiet, when distractions lose their grip, when honesty doesn't feel so dangerous. That version of you used to call me, not to say anything important, just to hear my breathing, to remind yourself that someone knew your real name. You'd say things like I was just thinking, or I didn't mean to bother you, but we both knew nights don't make mistakes, they reveal intentions we're too proud to admit in daylight. You talked about regrets like they were unfinished projects. I listened like someone who thought love could fix them. I confused empathy with obligation, and devotion with destiny. We lived in parentheses, never the main sentence of each other's lives. Always the aside, the footnote, the beautiful complication no one ever plans to resolve. You said, I wish things were different, I should have heard I'm not gonna change them. But hope is persuasive, it speaks fluently in excuses. I gave you my softness like it was renewable. I gave you reassurance like it didn't cost me sleep. I made myself available in ways you never truly were. The night you stopped calling, nothing ended officially, and that was the hardest part. There was no goodbye to mourn, no ending to respect, just absence, the kind that gaslights you into wondering if it was ever real. I replayed every conversation like a detective with no case, searching for clues that would justify my waiting, but the truth arrived quietly, as it always does. You took what I offered because I offered it freely. I don't hate you for that, I forgive you. But forgiveness doesn't mean access, it doesn't mean availability, it doesn't mean I answer the phone when the night remembers me for you. Now when darkness falls, I sit with myself instead. I let loneliness pass through without inviting it to stay. I learned the difference between being wanted and being used for comfort. If you ever think of me when the night gets heavy, remember this: I was never your late night option. I was someone who deserved to be chosen. In the light, we never called it a goodbye. We treated it like a pause, a comma pretending it wasn't a period. You said, let's see how it goes, as if love were a road trip with no destination worth naming. I learned how to live inside your indecision. I learned how to read tone the way sailors read clouds. A delayed reply meant distance, a sudden message meant need. I adjusted my expectations like furniture in a rented room, careful not to scratch the walls. You spoke about freedom as if commitment were a threat, as if choosing someone meant losing yourself. But I watched you choose everything else without fear. Your work, your routines, your comfort. I was the only thing that had to remain optional. There were nights we fit perfectly, bodies aligned like they'd rehearsed, and mornings when you dressed as if I were a dream you didn't want to interpret. You kissed me like a question, not like an answer. I kept telling myself this was what modern love looked like. Flexible, undefined, open-ended. But love without definition is just longing with better manners. It smiles while it starves you. The day I stopped waiting didn't feel heroic. It felt ordinary. I woke up and noticed how tired my hope had become. Hope should feel alive. Mine felt employed. So I gathered my feelings quietly. I didn't accuse, I didn't explain. I simply stopped making room for someone who never unpacked. And in that silence, something unexpected happened. I felt relief. If you ever wonder why I disappeared so cleanly, understand this. I didn't leave because I stopped loving you. I left because I finally loved myself with the same consistency. I kept offering you. I used to believe love was loud, grand gestures, declarations made in public. But you taught me another version, the quiet kind that lives in routines and shared silences, in the way 2 cups of coffee cool side by side. You never swept me off my feet. You sat next to me instead. You listened without interrupting. You touched me like time was patient. And somehow that felt safer than all the fireworks I'd known. We built a life out of small agreements. Who cooked, who listened, who held the other. When the world asked too much, there were no promises carved in stone, only habits that felt like vows. Then one day just enough for me to notice. Your absence grew polite, your presence grew efficient. Love doesn't die suddenly, it reorganizes. I try to keep up, I soften my questions, I harden my expectations. I told myself stability was worth a little emptiness, but emptiness is greedy, it never stays little. The night I realized we were ending, nothing actually ended. We laughed, we ate, we went to bed, but something essential did not follow us there. It stayed behind, sitting quietly on the couch, watching us pretend. I don't blame you, I don't blame myself. Sometimes love completes its cycle without asking permission. Not every ending needs a villain. Some just need honesty. I loved you in the most grown way I know, without drama, without illusion. And when I left, I didn't take anger with me. I took the lesson. Real love isn't about intensity, it's about presence. And I want presence again, not efficiency, not comfort, not companionship with conditions. I wanna be met the way I'm willing to meet someone, fully, calmly, without shrinking. I didn't notice when I started disappearing. It wasn't dramatic, it didn't come with arguments or slam doors. It arrived quietly, the way erosion reshapes a shoreline, one patient wave at a time. I began adjusting myself to fit you, lowering my voice, shortening my story, saving my real thoughts for moments when you seemed receptive, which grew rarer. I told myself this was compromise. I didn't want to admit it was surrender. You never asked me to be smaller, that's the part that took longest to forgive. You simply benefited from it. You accepted the edited version of me with relief, as if complexity were a burden you were grateful not to carry. I became excellent at reading the room, anticipating your moods, absorbing your silences before they could turn sharp. I learned how to keep things pleasant, and slowly I forgot how to be real. There were nights I lay beside you, staring at the ceiling, wondering when intimacy had turned into proximity. We were close but not connected, together but not touching the same truth. The moment I realized I was gone, it didn't hurt the way I expected. It felt clarifying, like finding an empty suitcase and realizing you'd already a hold. I took my curiosity, my depths, my inconvenient honesty. I don't resent you. You loved me as much as you could, but love that requires self-erasure is not devotion, it's disappearance. Now when I speak, my voice doesn't ask permission. When I laugh, it's not calculated. I'm learning how to take up space again without apologizing for existing. If you ever think of me, remember this version, not the quiet one who stayed too long, but the woman who left to come back to herself. I kept your name in my mouth, like a secret I refused to swallow. Not because it was sweet, because it was familiar. Some pains are old friends, they don't heal you, but they keep you company when you're scared of silence. You didn't break my heart in one moment, you did it in fragments. A cancelled plan here, a distracted kiss there, a promise softened into we'll see. And every time you pulled away, I reached harder, as if effort could replace choice. I blamed myself first, of course I did. I rewound conversations, looking for the sentence where I became too much, too emotional, too intense, too honest. But love that requires me to apologize for feeling is not love, it's management. You taught me a brutal lesson. Some people love you only when it's easy, only when you're smiling, only when you're convenient. They call it peace, but it's just comfort with the lights turned off. I try to be softer, I try to be simpler, I try to accept crumbs as if they were a meal. I became a master of lowering expectations without lowering my longing, and that contradiction nearly destroyed me. Then one morning, no tragedy, no dramatic music, I woke up and felt something new. Disgust, not for you, for the version of me that kept begging to be chosen. I stood in the mirror and said my own name, as if introducing myself again. I remembered my laugh before it became careful. I remembered my standards before they became negotiable. I remembered my body before it learned to flinch at silence. I didn't stop loving you instantly. That's not how love works. But I stopped worshiping you, and that was the beginning of freedom. If you ever come back, you'll find a woman who no longer confuses intensity with intimacy. You'll find someone who asks one simple question and requires one simple answer. Are you here, fully or not at all? Because I have learned this truth the hard way. A heart is not a hotel. You don't check in when you're lonely and check out when life feels busy. I am not your maybe, I am not your someday, I am not your late night comfort or your rainy day nostalgia. I am the kind of love that deserves daylight. We kept calling it complicated, as if complexity were romantic, as if confusion meant depth, as if uncertainty was proof of something worth saving. But complicated isn't a love story, it's usually just avoidance wearing nice clothes. You had a talent for almost choosing me, for stepping close enough to make me feel seen, and stepping back before responsibility could touch you. You were a master of proximity without commitment. And I became addicted to the almost call, the almost date, the almost relationship that lived on possibility instead of reality. I waited for clarity like it was a gift you were preparing for me. But clarity is not given, it's taken. It's a boundary drawn with trembling hands and a steady voice. The day I finally asked, what are we? You smiled sadly like I'd asked the wrong question. And you answered the way people do when they want to keep you without choosing you. I don't want to label it. No label, no name, no future, just feelings floating with no place to land. I went home that night and felt something snap quietly inside my chest. Not anger, something cleaner, respect for myself. I realized I'd been trying to build a house with someone who only wanted to visit, and you can't build a life out of visits. So I stopped calling it complicated, I called it what it was: unequal, unfinished, unsustainable. I wrote a message I never sent 100 times in my head. I love you, but I can't live in your uncertainty. And when I finally said it out loud, the room felt lighter, like truth has weight, and I had been carrying it alone. You tried to soften the ending, you offered friendship, you offered maybe the pain. But I said no, not because I hated you, because I loved myself enough to stop bargaining. If we ever meet again, I hope you've learned that love isn't a vibe, it's a decision, a consistent act, a daily choosing. And I hope I'm unrecognizable to you, not colder, not bitter, just finally free from the romance of being almost loved. I used to think love was something you could negotiate. A little patience here, a little silence there, as if hearts were contracts that improved with compromise. I been myself carefully, not all at once, just enough each time to keep the peace. I learned which questions made your eyes shut down, which truths felt too heavy, which needs I should carry alone. I called it maturity, I called it understanding. I didn't want to admit I was afraid that asking for too much would leave me with nothing. You loved me, I believe that, but you loved me like a season loves a city, passing through, never intending to stay. And I kept waiting for permanence from something designed to move on. There were days you held me like I mattered deeply. There were weeks I barely existed to you. I told myself love fluctuates. I didn't want to face the truth. Love may fluctuate, but respect should not. One evening I heard myself say it's okay when it wasn't, and something in my chest went very still. That's how you know a boundary is being crossed. Your body notices before your mind agrees. I didn't leave you in anger, I left you in clarity. I stopped explaining my pain to someone who wasn't listening anymore. I stopped translating my needs into something easier to ignore. Walking away felt unnatural at first, like learning to write with the other hand. But slowly my spine remembered its shape, my voice remembered its weight. If love returns to my life again, it will meet me standing straight, not folded in half. It will understand that compromise is mutual, that presence is essential, that consistency is not optional. I don't that lesson ends here.